All right, we've been taking you by county through Ballot Ready or Ballotpedia. Think Wikipedia, Ballotpedia, ballotready.org. Standing by is Dr. Kent Mercado, Republican candidate for the Illinois House in the 11th, who joins us now to give you a little bit of a preview, if you're living in the 11th, on why you ought to vote for him. Good morning, Doctor.
Well, good morning, sir. It's very pleasure to listen to you all these years, and I'd like to hear Jane's voice as well.
Well, thank you.
Because I heard all the counties that you have. The 11th district has 8 counties, including Will, DePage, a little bit of Lake, a little bit of Boone County, McHenry, and Kane. So
it's funny you say that because this is my bitch constantly about the ridiculous legislative map in Illinois that the Democrats have put together. That the districts look like you took a pane of glass from a church window and dropped it, and then wherever the breaks are, that's what your district is. Because again, and Dr. Mercado, you know this is set up in particular so the voters don't pick the candidate, the candidates pick the voters.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's completely gerrymandered, like Governor Jerry from Massachusetts, who created a salamander-looking district. Mine actually looks more like a seahorse. So,
do you have to have water?
That.
Yeah, exactly. Like those little seahorses. Remember those? Like,
sure.
You and I are the same age, so.
Yeah, 100%. All right, let's go backwards here for a second. Doctor of what?
I'm a surgeon. I do amputations. I'm also an attorney, a husband, a father, and a humanitarian. I do a bunch of medical missions. I've been to, gotten 1,000 hospital beds for Katrina, did amputations in the street in Haiti, and
wow.
$1 million for Pakistan when they had their flood relief thing. So this is something that I've been wanting to do. I'm recently retired, and I was told by my wife as I was talking back to the TV to do something about it.
Good for your wife.
Yeah, exactly. And God bless you for the work you've done. Mm-hmm. I mean, the people of Haiti are going through an absolute nightmare right now.
Horrible. The whole group that I had gone with the United Nations, they're like, no, we're not going this time. No, we're not going. We're not going. That's how bad it is in Haiti right now.
All right. So you've been interested in public service. You now have the time to do it in a manner that you really could dedicate all you need to dedicate to it. Why you?
Why me?
Yeah. Why you? Why you in this district? Why are you the right person?
Well, because I'm a centrist. I mean, I'm a moderate. In 1979, I was the vice president of the Oak Park Young Republicans. And that is kind of like that center-right lane. And I've maintained that my whole entire professional career and adult life. I like the fact that I can go ahead and listen. I've gone and I've listened to thousands of people, to hear what their concerns were. And I'm hearing that they want to focus on kitchen table issues. They want to focus on the economy and education and securing the borders, and also having access to quality, affordable physical and mental health care. Those are the issues that I'm working on. I am not doing any of the bright light polarizing issues. And that's the reason why I can win the district.
Dr. Mercado, you brought this up, the mental health issue. I did an interview with some mental health care professionals early in the pandemic, and they said, you're not going to believe the mental health tsunami that's coming. And it sure did happen, and I still think we're seeing some of the results of this crisis that we went through. People are still dealing with mental health. That is a key talking point for you. You're passionate about mental health. Where are you at with that, and how do you plan to create more awareness and help people?
Well, it's not only awareness; it's a destigmatization that needs to be done. I've had PsyDs, PhDs, and MDs work with me on creating different types of access, having not only the access but the destigmatization to the stigma to take that away, and also just going ahead and letting people know it's okay to seek help. It's okay. It really is. Let's go ahead, and I would rather do that. We had that in our personal family, where the agoraphobia, when it came at the end of the pandemic, where I couldn't even get my oldest daughter to get outside.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's not an unusual thing. We hear that from a lot of people. It's just one of the after effects. It's interesting though, Doctor, and maybe you could clear this up right now. I'm under the assumption, and maybe it's a improper assumption, but your field, your chosen field, your career in medicine was merit-based to a large degree. If you turned out to be a great surgeon, it didn't matter if you were in for a year or two. Your need was something that had to be brought to the fore. In Congress, one of the great faults in Congress is it's high school. It's how long have you been there? You'll get better committee assignments the longer you're there. And you can have some really bright young folks, young in terms of going to Congress, who are ready to shake things up, and they don't get the shot right away. So are you a patient man?
Of course I am, but I also understand how it works. Anytime some of the people come in, they'll say, well, when I get there, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, and that. No, you don't. Everything is done via committee. I presented both at the state level and a policy both at the state and federal level. Depending on who is in charge, they have an odd number of votes. It has to go through committee. They go through it, and every single law, every single bill is negotiated. And if I'm a Republican, the idea is that if we win and maintain the House, everything will be right-leaning. So a lot of the things that are these, bright lights and things like that won't be addressed and will not be incorporated within the bill. And so I understand that there's a patience, but I'm not running as a bright light candidate. I'm running on something that I can solve. So I'm a solution-driven person and a finisher. That's what I'm doing that. And I know that because of the issues that I'm working on, I don't know your politics, but I'm going to pretty much sure that we agree on 80% of what's important. Let's go ahead and work on that 80%, and then we can negotiate back and forth.
So you like education. Apparently, you're a doctor, you're a lawyer. Obviously, you do a lot of education to get those degrees. Talk about, with so many choices, there's, STEM schooling, school choice, charter schools, regular K through 12 education. Talk about your concentration on education policy in the 11th District.
Well, in the 11th district, I do believe in school choice, and I do believe in at some point having the money follow the child. It may not ever happen in Illinois, but I like that concept. I also am focusing not only on STEM, but I'm focusing on non-traditional, non-four-year universities. Not universities, but non-four-year degrees. We need to go ahead and go back to building things. We need to go apprenticeships. We need to have a lot of things along those lines. A heating and air conditioning person, a pipe fitter, they're making $100,000 a year. A welder. These are skill sets that you need to do. There's a lot of funds and a lot of money in the federal government to go and pay for a lot of apprenticeship programs. I met with the Illinois Manufacturing Association, and they were saying they're having difficulty getting skilled people to do that. So those are the things that we need to do. 4-year degrees are not for everybody. My youngest daughter just finished her master's. She's a teacher. My son has ADD, and he's a fireman, EMT, but he's working full-time, going to school for his medic program, and he's doing his clinicals. He's doing 80 to 100 hours a week.
Wow.
So the thing is that you have to go ahead. I feel very blessed that I was able to go ahead and instill that into my children. But my wife has 2 masters. My father's a doctor. My mother's a writer. Her parents did and worked things. They have a history of seeing people that through work and extra effort to go ahead and to try to improve themselves.
You sound like you come from a real family of slackers, Doc.
Well, no, I mean, I've been married 32 years. So we actually just had our 8th anniversary. Got married on February 29th.
There you go. Keeping it fresh. Keeping it fresh. Listen, you're a very impressive guy, and I respect the fact that you want to work across the aisle because that's the only way we fix anything. And I hope people will take a look at you, a good hard look at you in the Illinois 11th. Best place to go and do a deeper dive on Dr. Kent is where?
It's going to be under electdrkent.com. I got endorsed by the Chicago Tribune, by the Daily Herald. My last name is spelled Mercado, Mercado, and I'm the second position on the ballot. So you're going to have the president voting, then you're going to have your Illinois 11th, and I'm the second person listed. Any derivation of drkentmercado.com, we'll get it. I'm on all the platforms. Thank you so much, and Jane, I really appreciate that. I could see that you read my policies. I really appreciate your homework.
Yeah, well, we do the homework here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Dr. Ken Mercado, I wish you well, my friend. Thank you for coming on.
Well, you have a wonderful day. Thank
You
you.
too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Please, everybody, please go out and vote.
Vote.
Please. Jane and I are driving a bus tomorrow. We're just taking everybody.
That's right.
Yeah.
Free.